It's Aaron and Justin, whoa. It's Aaron and Justin, oh yeah. They're back to bring you more. It's Aaron and Justin, you don't know what's in store. They're doing what all white dude bros have done. Talking Marvel just for fun. It's Aaron and Justin, whoa. It's Aaron and Justin, let's start the show.
I'm honestly surprised they have not cured death, or maybe they have and they haven't told us. Maybe they don't tell us until we're in our 80s.
Is this getting into the film we're talking about today? Because it's a nice segue.
This is a nice segue into Captain America 2, Death Too Soon, the movie with a colon and another title that does not appear in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. This is Aaron and Justin Talk Movies. And we're continuing to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You keep calling it the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is Marvel Films 1970.
This is the bastard children that Marvel doesn't talk about.
This is making things before the technology exists to make it well.
But have we talked about the fact that because of the way they've set up the MCU, these movies are all technically in the MCU?
When they did a multiverse, now they can just say whenever they want that, oh yeah, that's Captain America 79.
Yeah.
We may bring him in some fashion. Probably in a what if cartoon.
These are all canonically part of the MCU.
Yeah, sure.
Technically, it counts.
It
We
does.
are just covering the MCU.
Yeah, I know, but I still wouldn't call it the MCU.
Yeah, it's not the
gonna be
MCU at all.
confusing for people, or it'll just start an argument and conversation that we don't want to get into.
Because we're talking about a movie that arguably does not deserve its own episode, but here we are.
I think this was released in France as a theatrical film, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Theatrically released in France in 1980.
Yeah, there you go.
And had a special film festival screening in Finland in 2014. What?
A little late, Finland.
Fuck you, Finland.
So this aired in two portions, I read. Second portion led into the finale of Salem's Lot, which was actually a critically acclaimed miniseries of a Stephen King novel. I watched the remake movie recently, and it was not good. Anyways, this is Captain America 2, Death Too Soon.
Captain America 2, Death Too Soon. So, in the movie itself, what version did you watch? Did you see the words Captain America 2, Death Too Soon?
No, it didn't pop up on screen at all.
Yeah, that's what it said for me. So
We got the
does
same
that
DVDs,
mean
I believe. The 2-pack.
the internet is just adding the title Death Too Soon?
No, I'm sure it's something that just popped up on advertisements. I don't know why they do what they do.
So this movie follows Steve Rogers Jr., played by Reb Brown, continuing his adventures from Captain America when he took over his dad's mantle
Yes.
as a crime fighter.
Who knew that he was actually the son of the original Captain America? But it's true. That's Captain
Son
America.
of the original?
Do you know what does continue in this is that he is an artist. They still stick with it. He was an artist in the first one, and now he's a painter. He's like expanding his palette, no pun intended, of his fine artwork. If they made a third one, it would be about him opening a gallery show.
He would absolutely have a gallery show. All right, I have very disturbing news to share with our audience.
Uh-oh.
I'm very upset about it. Last episode, you guys all discovered that I found Captain America to be terrible and the worst entry in all of Marvel's movies. It was just a bad picture because there was no logic. You're touching back on how bad that was, so I have to share it. I liked this one.
Did you?
I had so much fun
Yeah.
with this character this time.
I watched it with my wife and son, and they couldn't stop laughing during the action scenes. There's a lot of slow parts, but they just thought everything he was doing was just hilarious.
So did you like this one less or more than the first Captain America?
I liked this one more, and as often happens with sequels, you get to skip over the origin part, so that's half the battle. You don't have to care about that. And then he just is like, he's Captain America, and he's in his suit, aside for the helmet. I wonder if he took the helmet off, he would have the ears and the A on his mask, because it looks like the pretty authentic mask underneath, but he never takes it off.
Okay, at what point did they add the mask? Because that mask was not visible in the first movie at all, was it?
Well, was it when he was in the final costume at the end of the movie? I don't remember.
I'd have to go back and look, and I won't.
Yeah, because it wasn't on when he was his design of Captain America through most of the film. It wasn't on then. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, it was just the
Helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I own it on DVD. I'll have to check it out again if I ever am that curious.
Yeah, I will never.
I'll probably never watch it again, but that's
This
okay.
DVD will never hit a DVD
It's
player
just
ever
going
again.
to join the collection, and that's where it'll remain.
I might throw it away, honestly.
Come
It
on.
was.
You never know when you might need it again. And if you liked
It's
this
true.
one, if someday you may be like, I collect the Christopher Lee filmography, and you got to keep it for that reason.
Christopher Lee, obviously in 1980, let's call it 1980 because it came out in November of 1979. He's a working actor taking jobs. He is considered a famous actor and a respected person to get. And when he died, he was a get, wasn't he?
Yeah,
or was he just a bit actor?
I think in 1980 he kind of moved to Hollywood. Like he was big in the British film industry with Hammer Films, all the Dracula and Frankenstein movies that they were making that were very popular, and Peter Cushing. So like the two of them were making movies together. But he decided to go like, oh, I want to be maybe after Peter Cushing was in Star Wars, but Christopher Lee was like, late 70s, I'm going to go to America now and try to make a go of it as an American star. So I think he kind of had to start, not quite at the bottom, but I think he had to just take roles in order to build his American filmography up. And I think this is just one of those. It really wasn't until all of the people that grew up watching the Hammer horror films of the 50s, 60s, and 70s were old enough to be like, I want to put Christopher Lee in my film. Like Spielberg put him in 1941. He was in that. Lucas finally puts him in Star Wars. Peter Jackson put him in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, you know. Tim Burton put him in like 5 or 6 of his films.
I have never looked at his filmography before, and I have to tell you that I am shocked.
At all the films you've seen that he's in?
No. Okay, so his first appearance was it exactly, you said it dead on. He started in 1948. Okay, how many things do you think he appeared in 1948 in his first
Probably
year
12
of credited
just
roles?
because everybody was doing everything in those days.
8.
No, that's pretty good.
1 in 49, 2 in 50, 3 in 51. And then he just starts getting popular, I guess, because he's in 5 in 52, only 2 in 53, only 1 in 54. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's in 10 movies in 1955. But I'm telling you, like, the guy was probably in 40 movies in the 50s.
Yeah, I think he was
alone.
a very famous British actor.
That's cool. Okay, sorry. Captain America 2, Death Too Soon.
Yeah, so Chris Lee's in this. He's the villain, you know. He's got that amazing voice. He's also a heavy metal musician, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Seriously. Mostly like spoken word stuff, but I think he sings a little. He's dead now.
Yeah.
But probably most famously, I would say, as Saruman in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
No, he wasn't Saruman.
Yeah, he was Saruman.
Isn't Saruman the bad guy?
No, that's Sauron.
His wizard name was Saruman?
Yes. The other thing I read about him was that he's the only person involved in the Lord of the Rings films that had actually met J.R.R. Tolkien back in the day.
Yeah, that makes sense because he was like
So
a
fucking
billion
old.
years old.
Yeah. And he said he was always a fan of the books and he reads them every year. And he read them every year. Anyway.
Okay, so Steve Rogers,
Yes.
played by Reb Brown.
Reb Brown
ATM
again.
Machine. Yep.
ATM Machine, Reb Brown. Who, again, does the exact same job, but at least he fits the costume well. But he's a very wooden actor, of course.
He's wooden, but I'm in love with him. I love him.
He's a nice guy. He's a little slow, but that's just the script.
If Captain America 2 had been Captain America 1, this would have been a TV show.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
This was just a fun ride.
Yeah. So now he's like a secret agent.
Yeah.
The same doctors come to him and say like, hey, we got this new problem. Why don't you go check it out? And then when he goes and checks it out as Steve Rogers, he realizes, oh, there's some shit going on here. Goes back to his van, pops out as Captain America and handles the situation. That kind of goes on like 3 or 4 times.
Excuse me real quick. I have to go to my van and I'm going to be gone for a while.
Well, most people don't see him when he's scoping it out, but the one time they arrest him and then they come back to the cell, he broke out, and then Captain America's there, they go, oh, Captain America broke out Steve Rogers.
Yes.
Like, yeah, way to put it together, guys.
That is a trope we've seen a lot of times in movies and comics.
Oh, so many times in comics, of course.
Mostly a Batman thing where Bruce Wayne is saved by Batman. That's why Bruce Wayne isn't there.
I'd say mostly Spider-Man. Spider-Man was notorious for disappearing. Everybody would say, Peter?
Peter?
Where's Peter? And then Spider-Man comes and And then he comes back in and goes, I ran into Spider-Man as I was running through the hallway, and he told me to go here to be safe. Is everything fine? We missed him.
The latest example of that was The Dark Knight, which I haven't rewatched in forever, but I was just watching a clip when the Joker is attacking the fundraiser and there's two people making out.
When he's at his party, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, thank God you have a panic room. And he leaves them. But he wasn't going to a panic room. He was going to go become Batman. It's very funny that they still feel the need to explain. People are going to realize that Bruce Wayne's not there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So the basic plot of this is that the doctors have a friend who had a chemical that ages people, but he also has an antidote. But he was originally working... Okay, I think the way they explained it is that he had a thing that stopped aging, but when he was kidnapped, Christopher Lee forced him to do the opposite, which is just as easy to figure out.
No, they never explain it like that. Yeah, they all talk about rapid aging, and that's what he was working on.
No, I swear to God,
there was finally figured it out.
There was a little bit of conversation about curing aging.
Oh, see, I must have
why
missed
would
that.
you do the opposite? That's pretty evil. Like, why would you come up with something that made something age?
They all say it matter of factly. Like, he was working on a thing to make...
I'm pretty confident there was a little talk of curing aging, but... they could just as easily do the opposite, and that's why it's a dangerous weapon. He was kidnapped by this revolutionary general, Miguel, who nobody knows. That's just his cover, I think. He just happens to call himself General Miguel, even though he's been other people. So he's hiding out as a warden in Portland, Oregon.
Okay, let's talk about this, because they explain it so just matter-of-factly.
Well, that's Dr. Exposition, that one, his friend, because he's always coming in. Here's the info you need to know, Steve. And then he just dishes it out in his doctor speak.
Yeah, he was Dr. Exposition. That's funny. So tell me why he's the warden of a jail.
I don't know. He just happens to be, and he has that one line where he says, because who would look for an evil mastermind who was inside of a prison?
I believed it. Like what he said that sounded so believable that I was like, okay, I'm on board.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that made me think this is dumb. I was just like, all right, well, that's where you are. That's okay.
But it is dumb.
No, the whole thing's dumb.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. And I respect this movie in 1979 for having an accurate amount of money. He wants $1 billion. Not a million, $1 billion in 1980. Like, I respect that, you know? But he's asked for $1 billion or he's going to age the population of Portland, Oregon, and then he does it.
And he does it.
That's a thing I like about this movie, too. Why do you think they decided to do skywriting and have it be Smile? Like, I feel like there's an idea there that they never hashed out. Because it just feels like a thud.
Well, I guess it was more fun to them than just having a crop duster drive or fly over the city for a little while.
But I like that people on the street had such a knowledge of skywriting that they were like,
I know. They were like, look at that. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, that's falling apart. That's not good skywriting.
When doesn't it fall apart? We were looking at skywriting. That was real. It wasn't CGI. It was real skywriting, and it was falling apart. That's what it does. It's smoke. It dissipates. Anyway, but it makes them all inhale the chemical. So now they're all aging like, I don't know, a year every hour or something like that? Or
it was a month an hour. Okay, so it's 1 month every hour. There's 24 hours in a day. There's 12 months in a calendar year. So that means they're aging 2 years per day.
Yeah, so they would age like 60 years in 2 months.
In a month, they would age 60 years. Yep.
All right. So he's got to find the doctor, and he goes to this town.
And he's a little too aggressive about it.
Yeah, but the town was used as a guinea pig for this guy, and he's already sprayed it. So that's why they're going to this fake veterinarian to get their shots so they don't age, because he told them all, I tested this on you. You're all going to age, but I'll give you the antidote if you keep it quiet. And that's why everybody's weird to him and they don't want him around.
Yeah, if you're going to die if you talk to a person, yeah, I'm not talking to you. Please go away.
Yeah, I'm not talking. I get it why everybody's real short with him.
Yeah. There's okay. I like this movie a lot more than I did the first one, but it has a lot of logical flaws.
Yeah, it does.
God damn it. So how do you give somebody just a little bit of an antidote?
I don't know.
And then how do you know that?
Don't worry about it.
At the end of the movie, when they give everyone in Portland the antidote,
that everybody's breathing it and they're all good.
They do it by just flying over. How do you know everyone's getting enough? If you can give somebody a little bit and it's not enough, how do you know that what you're doing is enough? Because dangerous.
Right. How do you know the first, like, even trying to poison him with it was effective for everyone in the city? Like, who knows?
What if the antidote is dangerous if you haven't gotten the virus? Like,
Yeah.
what clinical testing are they doing?
Yeah, this does not seem FDA certified to me.
Anyway,
or CDC
so
certified.
FDA, I think, is right.
Yeah, he meets this woman and her son, kind of stays with them while he's getting to the bottom of everything. He works with the
And he has a cat.
yes, he has a cat.
Captain America has a cat.
Yeah, and he paints the cat. He works with Dr. Female, I don't remember her name, to figure out the vet from that town goes somewhere to go get the antidote. Now, if he's going somewhere to get the antidote,
he figures out that he's not a real vet.
yes,
Because he
figures that
brings
out.
his cat in
Yeah.
and he says a fake cat word that the
He
doctor
said
should
the word
know.
and it was like the scientific name for a beetle.
Yeah.
The doctor was like convinced it was like a bone because that's the way Steve Rogers said it was. Like, oh, my cat's
Yes.
bone is broken. That's what. Anyway, here's like just the lame detective work that these screenwriters came up with. So if the doctor leaves to go get more antidotes, obviously he's going to the place where the general is.
God damn it, I liked this so much. I'm so sad that you hate
It
it.
was awful. He's like, so the kid goes into his car and checks out the odometer. So then he leaves. And when he comes back, they check the odometer again. Now he's went somewhere for 80 miles. Therefore, half of that is the destination. So where is some place that's 40 to 45 miles away? They triangulate this with a map and realize that it must be the prison.
It's beautiful. I loved it.
And he found a piece of grass or weed on it, on the car tire, which could have been from anywhere. But she's like, that only grows around this area. There's a lot of that.
He goes to the prison. Why do you hide your bike?
I know, you're just showing up, kicking ass, taking names. Like, what does it matter? And then when he can't get out of the prison, my son was just cracking up when he throws the bike. And it just...
It was amazing. Like, that is the...
It's on some wires or something.
I fast forwarded to
amazing.
everything, but like I said that I had already watched it last time. I stopped at the prison and watched that entire sequence. So I've watched that sequence twice, and it's still so good.
And then he takes off from the prison, which, mind you, is probably only about 15 to 20 feet off the ground.
But somehow,
When it turns into a hang glider, which is awesome, that's a great little addition for this movie. He's in the fucking California mountains suddenly.
hundreds of feet in the air.
So funny. Like, how did he get up there? I don't know. And then he follows a fleeing general, and they have a little battle. And I wonder if that was Christopher Lee actually doing his own stunts, which would have been pretty fun. Pretty lame battle. I mean, everything he does with the shield is just ridiculous. Like, he always throws it away, and then everybody's like, why'd you do that? Obviously, because it's a boomerang and it's coming back at you.
It does not have the shape that supports that action. It is illogical. It cannot do that.
No, I know.
I'm sorry.
And then he fights the general, and the general throws some of the compound at him, but the shield breaks it, and then Christopher Lee gets like all the compound on him, and it rapidly ages him.
Why?
I don't know.
More
He had too much of it.
ages you faster, less ages you slower.
Well, here's what I think. And this goes back to Batman Begins. If you take the liquid and you turn it into an airborne substance, it's only a small amount that you're ingesting, and therefore it'll age you so much every hour. But he got a direct liquid dose of it, and that's fatal. I mean, he got showered with that stuff.
All I'm hearing you say is that the writers of Batman Begins saw this movie,
Yes.
were unhappy about the logical flaws, and
Absolutely.
decided to make their own movie
exactly what I'm saying.
that explains the flaws without ever referencing the original material.
It's a perfect plan.
You're saying Captain America 2 had to walk so
Yes.
that Batman Begins could run.
We put it together. We know it.
Okay, but Christopher Lee was so good.
Yeah, he's always good. He just has that deep voice and that delivery. You give him anything and he can do it.
Christopher Lee is such an actor that I can see him acting, and I appreciate his performance in this dog shit pile of nothing that is Captain America 2 Death Too Soon.
Yeah, I mean, he's of the old acting thing where they had like this dialect they came up with. Like all those old time actors, they just spoke a certain way because it was what you did back then, Like, it's very fake. It doesn't come from anywhere. You know what I mean? They just spoke like that. They just have this weird way of speaking.
Wait, you need to talk about what you just said more because you're blowing my mind a little.
Like, think of Katharine Hepburn and other. They talk like this. They have this alliteration of things, and they don't do that much anymore. But there was just this way of speaking, and he definitely had it, Lee, because he was from the 40s. You know, it's a Hollywood creation. Judy Garland would do it.
Like, I'm thinking about all the old-timey actor. Oh, you're blowing my mind.
Cary Grant, totally. All of them had this way of speaking. And you know they didn't speak like that when they got off set. They were just people. But I think you had, and I think why the greats are the greats is because you had these people come along that defied that expectation. Like Brando didn't really act like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. People would just come along. Like Jimmy Stewart didn't really act like that. He kind of just, wherever he came from and why he spoke like that, that's how he spoke on camera.
I love. Oh my God.
Oh, stop talking like this. Like, that is not a Hollywood accent, you know? But he just did it
was
anyways.
really good, though.
Yeah. That's all I can do. Mary.
That's really smart.
Oh, Mr. Potter, you come here and you take all of our money, and well, I'm not gonna do it.
It's really good.
Anyway,
I'm
just a
wow.
thought.
Okay. Anyway, so that was Captain America 2: Death Too Soon, which is not a real title if it's not in the movie, and it wasn't, so it's not a real title.
I guess not.
And
it's on the DVD cover.
We are officially ending the segment of Marvel's weird experiments into TV, and now we are entering. It's the end of the first phase. Is that right?
Yeah, well, it's the end of the 70s.
I feel like Marvel has 3 phases, and we just ended one of them. And then we entered their real ambitious time, starting with Howard the Duck in theaters. But maybe not, because then they do a lot of direct-to-TV shit.
I would say this is the Marvel 70s TV phase is at an end. Because the next thing we're skipping all the way to 86.
Yeah, like they took a break.
But they resurrect The Incredible Hulk as TV films for a couple. But his show is still going on at the moment.
Like, did he do that?
I don't think so. I think it was just still a popular show.
I'm going to build my argument that Bill Bixby is the reason that we had those Hulk TV movies. But for now, we don't have any information, and we'll just leave it as...
Yeah, we'll table that for now.
Yeah.
And then now we're getting into the era of when other companies are starting to see the value in this IP, this intellectual property.
And now we're getting to our childhood. Anyway, Captain America 2, stay tuned next episode when we start talking about cooler stuff.
Yeah, well,
thank you for enjoying this. Oh my God, no. Oh. So every movie after today we've seen and we have an opinion about, and it's going to be revisiting all the shit we've been watching.
That's true. There's not many I haven't seen.
We've never seen any of these. We're looking at them from a critical eye, and now we're going to be looking at them from our memory, and it's going to be skewed, and it's going to be great.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait.
Next episode, Howard the Duck. All right, bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thanks for listening.